There we go. Now that works. Had it on my wireless. Anyway, yeah. So I'm not sure if I should change this, make this fully fully embellished. And if so, with what? No, it just looks like an ear. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with that. Because part of the issue here is that it needs something like up on the head. But I don't think that just something like that, this is not the right solution. I don't like this, putting something on top of the head like that. I'm not like entirely sold on the helmet shape, really. But I want it to feel sharp. I don't really like it feeling like it has a crown. Exactly. That's not quite it, I think. It should feel like a knight, not like a prince.
Einstein's theory of relativity is wrong.
Yeah, I have a severe lack of helmet riffs. Let me take a peek. I like putting like hair on them and stuff, but I think that won't fit. I think that's too much. That's too anime. But I think that looks cool. Here. I don't think I've really saved anything recently actually pertinent to this.
As you approach the speed of light, time slows down. If you exceed the speed of light, it goes backwards.
Not really, no. I was like looking for clothes and stuff. I've been looking at other references. Well, maybe we don't push the helmet today then. I do have some designs here I wouldn't mind, but uh-oh, forgot to save. We'll do this. Don't really know why that thing is over here. Hello, Reguline. What if we just completely get rid of parts of this? But like, the thing is, I can't have like elaborate like faceplate shapes here, I feel like, because we have the stuff on the head. Right. Is not going anywhere. Let's see. I don't really like this.
When the night comes, look at the sky.
Or something like this.
If you see a falling star, don't wonder why. Just make a wish. Trust me, it will come true. Because I did it, and I find you.
But we can try it. It's just not the right feel that I want here. I'm gonna do something like... What am I trying? I'm trying to give him like a bit of a elongated beak, kinda. But I just don't know if I feel like it's the right direction. I'm finding the helmet very, very tough. Because it boils down to it having like some angles that feel right. And it's just really tough. And many designs kind of because I kind of like this because it lets you have this visor here and it feels okay. But if you push it too much in like almost any other direction, I don't feel like just having the plain like slightly V-shaped visor works as well. Without having to do like something like this or, you know, like dots or whatever bullshit. You know, like dots and stuff like this could be cool, but it's just not right. Like, it's not what they should have, in my opinion. It should be a visor. More or less. That's how I feel about this. And this is kind of like a cap, and I don't know if I like that. I don't think so. What if we just make the cap smaller? Something in that direction could potentially work. But one of the core issues is simply that the helmet just has too much white, right? Like, the rest is so elaborate, there's so much gold, that the helmet also needs to have quite a lot of gold on it. So the question is, where does that go? Because I don't know if I want to make like something like this, where it's like the entire side. I feel like that's probably gonna be too much. And this is where I'm just not so sure how to go about it. I do think this also like it kind of works. But where do we gild it? The face should not, it shouldn't be like a face plate. I actually want the face to be more simple, that it's just white. But, and I don't want like this entire thing here to be gold. Where did the... Didn't delete that, did I? Oh, there. I want there to be like a mechanism that can open up so you can see the face. That would make sense. But I want it to be like, it's mostly just about there being a shape for the face where it would make sense for whatever is in front of the face to disappear in whatever like elaborate high-tech manner is possible, right? But I don't want it to feel like a face. But like it should feel like a face, but it shouldn't feel like a face with like a chin and like a mouth and a nose, you know, and eyes. But I feel like the issue with doing it like this, if you pull this up too much, I feel like it's gonna look like a Mega Man character. Like Crash Man. Not Crash Man, it's Flash Man. No, not Flash Man. Yeah, no, Flash Man. Unplug my headphones. Oh yeah. Hello, Skeeby. What, gold and purple? That man is royal as fuck. Yeah. That's true. That is the case. What the fuck is even Flashman's job? Chat GPT. In Mega Man, what is Flashman's job? In Mega Man 2, Flashman doesn't really have a clearly defined job in the everyday sense. Like the other robot masters created by Dr. Wily, Flashman was designed with a specific function rather than a civilian role. His purpose is tied to time manipulation. Whoa, damn, I thought he was like light bulbs or something. I forgot that he can stop time. He can stop time using his weapon, the Time Stopper. So what is his job? A robot designed around time control technology. Exact civilian use isn't specified in canon. True. Certainly, sure. Oof. Flashman gets arrested at public parks. That's very possible. But yeah, I felt like this could be a good place to try to insert some gold here, because that's, again, that's what it needs. It needs the gold trim somewhere here. I also feel like it could be cool having it be a bit more like this. I don't know. Maybe not. I have so many frames here. Whenever I undo and redo, it takes like forever. Might have to prune out some old stuff here. In fact, maybe we'll do that right now. Let's do this. Oh, it looks like a bird. Looks like a chicken. I'm just not really sure how to handle gilding here. Like, should it be a rim all along the side? Kind of don't like that either. But at the same time, I feel like it needs something. Shouldn't have this. Hoo, 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 hoo. Looks a little crooked there now. Yes, it is a little crooked. But like literally anything is better than nothing. Like I think this looks better instantly just because it has like a little bit of yellow, because there's so much yellow everywhere else, right? We won't push this for that long today. We're gonna keep going, but I just want to get something done because I haven't touched this in too long. But for the helmet, I am starting to wonder if I actually need to find better references. I'm just not experienced enough to just smash something out here. I'm just like, oh, this shape would be cool. Or whatever. So I need some ideas to lean on. Because I feel like it's usually very small stuff, right? Because it's like having like a break here or something, right? Like, and maybe something like that and whatever. Like, I don't know. And it's the same thing with like this and whatever is back here. Because this is like a big round shape. But what do I do with this? Hmm. But I also want like some of this like flowy stuff to actually exist on the helmet, but I'm not really sure how. But I feel like the helmet could also go, like it could do with less. Oh, I just wish I had like a good like baseline idea, but I don't. It would be so easy if you just did something like Halo or whatever. Like Halo is just a fucking mountain bike helmet or something. Like it's just a dirt bike armor. Like but I just don't want to do something that simple. I would rather lean on medieval designs than lean on dirt bike gear. Not finding any good images, but like this is basically Master Chief. That's Master Chief. Like, I'm not even kidding. It is dirt bike armor. I hate it. I hate the Halo armor. I absolutely despise it. I know people think it's cool. I think it's terrible. But it's mostly the head visor that makes it feel like ass, in my opinion. It's like got no character. It's just a dirt bike helmet. It's just that's it. But it also kind of makes sense, being like a U.S. military kind of approach. Like it's all right. I don't think this is cool at all. Personally. And even so, Master Chief is the best looking Spartan in like the entire series. Everyone else looks worse. Because the second they try to make it look like cool or like big and bulky or like the female ones, it looks terrible. The Ava armor. The bodysuits? Or we're talking about the Ava armor? Oh, I thought you were Evangelion. I don't know. Ava. What's that? I don't know. I think this is worse. Yeah, this is worse. Yeah. I think that stuff can work, but I think it usually doesn't. But it is difficult to design. It is. It's very hard. I'm just trying to find some ideas. Well, what if we abandon the helmet for a bit instead? That's Halo 4. That explains why I didn't see it. I played Halo 4 for like 2 hours and then I stopped. Like, Al bought me the Master Chief box like years and years and years ago, like when it came out, and I haven't really ever played it because I just don't really like shooters. And he made me play through them like last year, and I made it through all the way to Halo 4 and I just couldn't continue. It was just so bad. It was just so bad. I don't like Halo, but Halo 4 really pushed it over the limit. The best part of Halo was the beginning of ODST. But then ODST became worse than the other games, in my opinion. I think the beginning is really cool. When it feels like Metroid Prime, it's really cool. And then it becomes ass. It was the first game you could tell they had no idea what they were doing. Well, in the other games, I honestly feel like they didn't really have any clue what they were doing in the other games as well. But they had like a formula that worked. So, and they were just sticking to that. But it was starting to like not work anymore, so they had to think of something new. Because like every single Halo game has the same, it's the same game. It's got the same story beats. It's got the same. It's got literally like the same story every single time. It's. What game? Halo. I don't know if I want to make the shoulder pads larger. I like that series. I don't like that series. But I don't like shooters. There are very few shooters I would say that I actually enjoy or like think are good games. I don't actually know which ones I would say that about, like, at the top of my head. Are there any? I don't know. I just don't really like shooter games. I liked Halo 1 back in the day, but not really anymore. Half-Life? No, not really. Which is why Reach is the best Bungie game. Wait, hold on. Which one is Halo Reach? I really like the newest Halo. I think like Halo 1 or 2 is probably like the least offensive games. It's ODST where you play the rookie, right? Or did I not play Halo ODST? Yours had the best gun feel, but 2 had the most fun maps. Fucking hate Halo. The third one? The third one, like, ODST is called Halo 3 ODST. It's not the same game as Halo 3. Yeah. I don't know. The more I played through, like, I think Halo 1 is a piece of shit. But the more I played through the games, I just kind of got more worn out as I was going through it, so I was just kind of enjoying each one less and less. But, yeah. Anyway, what the fuck am I doing? Shooters have never really been my genre. I like action games like Devil May Cry or RPGs. Though I played a lot of shooters, but I don't know. I honestly don't even like Deus Ex much. Maybe if I replayed it again, I'd change my mind. Maybe. I don't know. But it's ODST named Halo 3 ODST. Yeah, it's called Halo 3 ODST. But it's a separate game from Halo 3. Right? Yeah. I don't even remember the story in 3, but in Reach you're playing the rookie and you're walking around in like a city and you're trying to find like your teammates like comms and you'd like piece together what happened. Like, the thing is, Halo 1 is just like Disney writing. Like, I just don't like it because the writing is just terrible. And that matters a lot to me. I don't like games that have bad writing for the most part. It's just like the fucking Disney robot is so ass. It just gets worse and worse. And like the level design is atrocious. You're just like walking through big areas that there's like nothing in them. And then later on you just run into like super annoying shitty monsters like invisible white elites with swords that literally one-shot you. And they're just like hidden in corners, in corridors and shit like. ODST is rookie, reaches noble team. I don't remember. I honestly don't. It's kind of like the same in my mind. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, the flood. I don't even like Doom 2016 because it's got all the insta-kill stuff that you have to keep pressing the button and I don't know. It's not my genre. Don't like Call of Duty. I'm almost ready to throw in the towel for today, but let's focus on like the arms and the hands a bit. Because I need to make progress for my own mental sake. I want the gloves to feel like the shoulders. Kind of. Gears of War. I know Gibbs loves Gears of War, but we used to make fun of Gears of War when it came out because it was retarded. So, so I don't know what I would feel. Like, I actually didn't hate Gears of War back in the day, but it was one of those things where it's like, it was like a very negative. It had a very negative impact on gaming as a whole, and everybody thought that back then. Like, how do I explain it? It's like Fortnite coming out and everything tries to be Fortnite and you fucking hate Fortnite. And that's what Gears of War was like. It came out and it like spawned this forgettable cover shooter console genre. But yeah, I remember having some fun in it. Like, I remember Coltrane. That's all. I only remember Coltrane. Pretty much. I think I need more shoulder. I think we do. I don't really know how to solve this otherwise. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it spawned like cover shooters, but I literally cannot think of a single cover shooter. But but it felt like it was like a flood after that. Like, it just, everything was just a cover shooter. But I literally cannot think of a single one other than Gears of War. I don't even know. Maybe that was like a meme. How's Crimson Desert holding up this piss? I heard it got a patch. I haven't really been paying attention. Maybe layer the pauldron so that it's two pieces sitting on two. Yeah, I was thinking of having maybe something here at least. You know, so it's like maybe something like this. Because otherwise the arm will have too much space. And I think it'll be difficult. But I don't know. Carlos had put like cloth here. Which I could maybe try messing with again. But I'm a little worried. It didn't really work out that well last time. But I think it could have potential. And if so, I would like we would just extend the coat basically. I think to be like part here. But I don't know if that sleeve would feel like it would make sense. The coat, I'm like, I think I want to keep the coat. Carlos thought I should get rid of it. Because it's part of what makes it feel medieval. But it's also like kind of the point. A little bit. But it might be a little much. I'm not sure. Because it is very medieval. Like, the design of the coat is pretty medieval. But the armor is supposed to be... It's not really supposed to be protective armor. But it shouldn't look like it's not. So it is more like cosmetic, in a sense. But the way I've talked to Kyle about it is that these are kind of like shield emitters. And they have like a very, very strong focus on shielding. And that's like what the armor is there for. It's more of like a... It's more like symbolic armor, but also containing like mechanisms to actually contain the shield technology, right? More than it is armor. So like this, for example, isn't really necessary. Like, he doesn't actually need elbow padding necessarily. But yeah. I don't know if this should be here. It should maybe be on the hand, but I'm not sure. Maybe be like that. Or maybe like even higher up. Like here or something. Now here, I think that the heavy gilding should be up here and around this. So this should be kind of like a crown on the arm. Not a literal crown, but it should like crown the gauntlet, kind of. So that whatever design pattern here we can come up with kind of like culminates in this. Oh. Feel like it should have some kind of pattern that makes some sense, but should it be? That's the hardest part of doing something like this, that I feel like it should have like an actual pattern that has like a story, like a little bit. It doesn't need to be anything elaborate. Here on the shoulder there's an engraving that is just bullshit right now, but this here is actually like story based. All of this is story based. It comes from their history. This is a guy with a shotgun who is out with his dog by a creek, And there's a little tree over here. He's just out, like, chilling. That's... Here, I was thinking of making, like, maybe like a female figure or something. Kind of like it's like manifesting the shielding or something, so that if he raises his hand to use like his directional shield here, it's like there's a statuette of a lady or a girl, like handling the power or something like that. It would need to be upside down right now though, but but I'm a little bit worried about it feeling like a tattoo that somebody from Hell's Angels would have. You know? You know, he's just got a naked girl like all over his forearm. It's like boobies. It's like the worst tattoo you've ever seen. It's just like line art only. And I kind of maybe I don't really want this here. Like, I don't know. But it would need to have something, right? But I'm not sure what that would be. I kind of like Carlos was doing something here where he had like little rings, kind of like this on the suit itself. I kind of liked that. But I didn't manage to like do it myself in a way that actually felt good. You know, like this here. But maybe it's just because I got rid of the collar, that it felt bad. Not sure. Not sure if I like it. I wonder if it's too much to have that. Or maybe it's a matter of like how much you have it. Like what if we just make it be like 2 thin rings instead of, because right now it's thick, right? What if instead it's just kind of like this? That way it's more like a detail instead of like an accessory. And then you can just have it kind of like lines there. Not sure. Maybe. Or maybe just have it on the arms. But I think that like there has to be something here. Like even if I add something like that for the arms somehow, one way or another, it's just gonna be too bare. There has to be something here. Maybe the other way around, like this. Not sure. I think it would need something. Even if it's just like some kind of ring or something. No, it needs something. Oh. I had a vision just now. Something kind of like that. think we can try doing something like this here. And then it goes out here. And like up maybe. But I also don't know if I want this to be like pillars. It could be pillars. But this is the roof. So would I want this to be the roof? Let me think. It could. Man, how do I do that? I'm just trying to come up with a motif. Now the issue is that there's so little space to work with here, especially in pixel art, that it's really like how do I how do I do this? Um this should be a sun. I want a sun here. How do I pattern that? Like this or something. No, I think that's bad. I think I want the sun rays going down. I'm just trying to undo, but it's so laggy. I think that's kind of silly, but maybe could work. And then this could be clouds, perhaps. Like we can have this roof segment, maybe, but within it there's like clouds. Maybe the sun isn't fully out. Maybe it's kind of like this, like it's hidden by the clouds. I just feel like this is a very risky. I do like having motifs here, but I think that motifs can quickly turn ugly, literally. But we'll try. I'm not entirely sold on the way this is, at least the way this is rendered currently. It's rough. I just don't know if I could. There's a cooler way to render this. Maybe it's like a triangle. I saw that the other day. I like that. You do it like a triangle. And then now the issue is that this is at like a weird angle, so I can't like make a proper triangle. And you then go like here. And then you turn the sun's ray into a triangle as well. Really hard to do here though, but yeah. That's the idea there. I think that could maybe work. I ran out of space there. Broke it as shit. Ooh. Do I stream video games tonight? I'm so fucking tired, but I also want to. I also don't want to not play video games tonight because I'm so tired. I don't like just lying in my couch. It doesn't look right. Like you can see compared to this, it needs to have like a lot of more like it needs to be darker in general, and because right now it feels weird. It needs to be shaded properly, otherwise it looks like shit. But see, I also want to have this kind of stuff on the gloves. The idea is that it's kind of like heat vents or something. And I also think the black just really works well. But like I said, I also don't want this to just be like... I'm already a little bit skeptical about like the pillar stuff. But I think the pillars are okay. I just don't want it to be like just like a long pillar here, for example. But I'm thinking maybe something, maybe we can have a pillar here. Something. I think that's too big. I think that's too big and too wide. I was thinking of stopping it like here somewhere and having like this here be kind of part of where it ends. But I'm not really sure how I want it to look here. I want this to be like... Because this is tricky. This is a lot of empty space, and I'm not really sure what to do with it. I'm gonna be honest. And I feel like this is turning it into like a large canvas. This feels kind of like it's a play, like a, you know, like a screen or something. And the question is like, how do I fill that in a way that feels like it makes sense? And I think it could be made to make sense with something like this. Oh, hello. This is actually not even part of the globe. You do something like this, but it's also like really, really risky, because it's like, okay, is it just all going to be gold? But I think what we need to use, I think here is where we need to use the black to kind of clear it up or break it up a bit. But the question is how, because I don't know. I kind of like this idea though, but it needs to feel good. I need to figure out how to detail this so it looks good. This is also very difficult. Is if I don't have like something to support it, or to support the rays here in terms of like just color strength, they're just gonna like disappear. And here it's a little bit difficult because it's next to the same color there. So I want this to be like... You have the sun here, and you have these pillars here that are kind of holding up the sky, right? It's holding up the heavens. And here I want it to be a sea. But the difficult part of that is, how do we do that without it just being like, just full on gold there? I have some ideas, but... And I think it still needs like some stuff here, but I don't really know what I would put on the sides that isn't just more pillar. Okay. We could just do something like this. And then here, it could be like a wave. You know, that's hitting it here. And then there could be like some more waves just sticking up here. Now the question is, how do I draw a sexy babe embracing this? This is where I've been looking at like classic paintings and stuff to try to find good references for stuff like that, but it's really hard most classic paintings look like ass, I'll be honest. The good ones are like very, very, very far in between. And the ones that are good are like crazy, crazy good. But most are really ass. I'll be honest. Maybe it could be something like this. I'm never gonna manage to get this to look like anything here. That's kind of why I did like something like this up here, so that it could look a bit more like, you know, I could show what it was actually supposed to be. And I might have to draw that here as well. But need a head here. Head with some hair. That's the idea. Here you also got some hair. I think more like this. Or having it like hugging it. a little hesitant about making it kind of cross-shaped. It's meant to be like a star. But cross shapes are bad. It's kind of dangerous. Very quickly delves into, like, even if it's not like actually Christianity, it's like it very quickly has like a Christian feel. If you have a cross like at all, it just is what it is. But we don't want that, or at least I don't want that. Trying to avoid religious symbology too much. I don't really like leaning in on... It's something that a lot of artists do. I feel like a lot of the time it's something... I don't know if they actually get taught that in art school. I didn't go to art school. But, like... you kind of like referencing religious paintings and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't think that there's like real value in that. I think there can be if you want to have like religious imagery, but I don't think there's really any real value in that if you don't, right? Like it's not like, you know, I don't think it's something that you should do as a rule or anything like that. I wonder if... is this too elaborate? I don't think so. I just think it needs to be... But yeah, I don't know if this... because the pauldrons need to have like an edge here. I don't know if I can make this make sense as an edge. It would need to have something else here, but I don't really know what I would put here. Because I don't know if I really want to put like a mountain or something here. Like, I don't know. I think I would rather just do something like this, where like this isn't really... like this is still using like a roof kind of, or like a... I don't know what to call that. I don't speak English. I don't think a rafter isn't the right word. Like a panel. Or an arch, I suppose. Not really. But it serves the kind of purpose of an arch, I suppose, but anyway. Because there I'm kind of using that to indicate, you know, or represent the heavens, more or less. I also don't really know about the pillar motif, because at least not making it like a Roman pillar, I think that would be retarded. But like everybody has pillars, right? But I think it has to like specifically not be a Roman pillar. One of the issues here is basically that the surrounding is too dark, so it's hard to see. So maybe it's the other way around. Maybe the background is too bright. Yellow on white is actually kind of difficult. Yellow is the brightest color, so it tends to just melt together with white on very many values. It's difficult because it's so long, and it actually needs to be even longer. Because they're supposed to be a little bit weird. They're supposed to actually have like elongated arms and legs. I haven't been bothering because it's an annoying design quirk that I don't want to deal with until I've figured the design out. Like their arms are supposed to be a little more elongated. Their legs too. We haven't even gotten to the legs yet. I think their boots should be a little bit simpler, because I don't want them to be too complicated. But yeah, they're supposed to be a little bit weird. But I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Chest and shoulder might change a little bit. You know, maybe we widen the chest a little bit or something. But I imagine it won't be that much. But yeah, I don't want to deal with that right now, so. Should we call it for today? I think maybe we call it for today. I think we don't stream any video games. I really want to play more Vagrus, but I don't want to play it off stream. And it's late as fuck. I wonder if the glove one might become too elaborate. But I don't know. I think it might be okay. We'll see. I think the shoulder needs to have something significant. As long as we have those three, I think it's fine. Because this is significant. This is significant. Here, I'm not sure what this should be. In their story. This is way too dark. Is this really? Yeah, it's the wrong colors. Let's see. That's partially it. I feel like I just painted something. Undid, replace color, redo. No. Yeah, okay, I just clicked inside of the preview. That was it. Yeah, it's got a bit of a deeper color there. I just want to see if I can actually make it look like person with hair or something. Don't think so. But yeah, we'll stop there. My ass hurts. I'm tired. It's super late. Alright. Until next time. Thanks for hanging. Have a good night. Bye bye.